In the rigid hierarchy of feudal Japan, loyalty was everything. Samurai served their daimyo with unwavering dedication, bound by the Bushidō, the way of the warrior. But what happens when a warrior loses his master, when he is left to wander without purpose or patron? These warriors, known as Ronin, found themselves on the fringes of society, branded as outcasts, yet living by an entirely different code of honor. Today, we'll explore what it truly meant to be a Ronin, the economic hardships they faced, the personal struggles that defined them, and the unique philosophy that emerged from a life unbound by traditional loyalty. Along the way, we'll delve into tales of betrayal, unexpected redemption, and the deep personal honor that sustained these wandering warriors. To understand the Ronin, we first need to grasp the world of feudal Japan. At the heart of this era was the samurai, noble warriors who swore fealty to their daimyo, or feudal lords. The samurai adhered to strict social codes and a hierarchical structure that dictated every aspect of their lives. But when a samurai lost his master, whether through disgrace, death, or political upheaval, he became a Ronin, a man without a master. Being a Ronin wasn't a choice, it was a condition imposed upon a warrior. Stripped of his master's protection and honor, the Ronin often found themselves forced into menial jobs, or driven to wander the land, seeking a new purpose. This state of being, while filled with hardship, also allowed these warriors to break free from the strict confines of Bushidō and develop a personal code based on survival, pragmatism, and sometimes defiance. Consider the life of a typical Ronin. Without the backing of a daimyo, they were often forced to rely on their own wits and skills to survive. They would take up small services or even become mercenaries, selling their fighting prowess to the highest bidder. Yet many chose not to compromise their personal honor, instead clinging to a unique set of values that set them apart from both samurai and commoners. Now, let's dive into the heart of the Ronin narrative, a world of fierce honor and bitter betrayal. One of the most compelling aspects of Ronin life is the constant tension between their inherent loyalty to a lost master and the need to survive in an unforgiving world. Take, for example, the tale of Katsuro, a composite Ronin whose life mirrors many of the lesser-known yet heart-rending journeys of masterless warriors. Once a loyal samurai of the respected Takayama clan, Katsuro's world was shattered when his master was disgraced in a scandal at Edo Castle. With his lord dishonored and his family's name tarnished, Katsuro was cast adrift, a warrior stripped of his purpose and honor, left with nothing but his sword and a fierce determination to reclaim some semblance of dignity. Katsuro set off on a solitary journey across a fractured Japan. His path was fraught with peril. He wandered through war-torn provinces, survived brutal skirmishes, and endured the biting loneliness of a life without a master. As he traveled, Katsuro faced bitter betrayal. Old comrades who once fought alongside him now turned their backs, driven by personal ambition or swayed by the new powers rising in a changing society. In one pivotal moment, Katsuro arrived at a small village under attack by ruthless bandits. The villagers, defenseless and desperate, pleaded for help. Katsuro was suddenly torn between two fates: the burning desire to avenge the dishonor of his fallen master or the moral duty to protect the innocent lives before him. Though vengeance promised to restore his lost honor, it came at the cost of further isolation and the perpetuation of a cycle of bloodshed. After agonizing over the choice, Katsuro chose mercy. He fought the bandits not to settle old scores, but to shield the village, risking his own life in the process. This decision, noble yet heart-wrenching, set Katsuro on a path of relentless inner conflict. His choice to protect the helpless, rather than pursue personal revenge, left him with a bittersweet legacy. He earned the gratitude of those he saved, yet he also bore the heavy burden of regret and isolation. In Katsuro's struggle, we see the essence of the Ronin, torn between a fading old honor and a new, self-fashioned code of ethics, where the line between righteousness and vengeance blurs under the weight of survival. This internal conflict, between the desire for personal vengeance and the need to uphold a higher moral code, is what defined the Ronin. It's a story of betrayal by the very society they once served, and of a personal quest to reclaim a sense of honor in a world that had cast them aside. What was the Ronin Code? Unlike the rigid Bushidō of the samurai, the Ronin developed their own set of values, one that was not dictated by a lord, but born out of necessity, struggle, and a desire for personal redemption. In this segment, we break down the core principles that guided these masterless warriors. First, there was honor. Despite being cast out, many Ronin clung to a deep sense of personal integrity. Their honor wasn't derived from serving a lord. It came from within, from the battles they fought and the choices they made in the face of adversity. For them, honor meant remaining true to themselves, even when society deemed them outcasts. Next is independence. Being masterless gave the Ronin a unique freedom, a freedom to forge their own path, to challenge the status quo, and to reject the strictures of feudal loyalty. This independence, however, came at a steep price: isolation, constant danger, and the burden of living outside the accepted norms of society. Survival, too, played a critical role. With no master to provide protection or resources, the Ronin had to rely on their own skills, whether in combat, strategy, or cunning, to stay alive. This survival instinct drove them to adopt unconventional methods, blending the art of warfare with a keen sense of adaptability. Lastly, there is redemption. Many Ronin embarked on personal quests, not just to avenge lost honor, but to reclaim it. They sought to prove that despite their status as outcasts, they were capable of greatness. Their battles were not only against external foes, but also internal demons, as they struggled to find meaning and redemption in a harsh world. Together, these principles form what we call the Ronin Code, a set of values born not from tradition, but from the crucible of hardship and defiance. It's this code that has continued to inspire not just historical accounts, but modern interpretations of what it means to live a life unbound by convention. Although the era of the Ronin is long past, their spirit endures. Today, the image of the Ronin has permeated popular culture, from films and anime to video games and literature. But what is it about these masterless warriors that continues to captivate us? The Ronin's legacy is one of resilience and defiance. Their ability to live and fight on their own terms, even in the face of overwhelming odds, resonates with modern audiences who value individualism and freedom. In a world where many feel constrained by societal expectations, the Ronin remind us that true honor sometimes means challenging the system and following your own path. Moreover, the Ronin have become a symbol of rebellion, a reminder that even those cast aside by society can leave an indelible mark on history. This narrative of redemption and resurgence is perhaps more relevant today than ever, inspiring countless artists, filmmakers, and storytellers around the globe. Whether it's in the gritty tales of modern renegades or in the legendary epics of film and literature, the legacy of the Ronin lives on. Their story challenges us to rethink what it means to be honorable, independent, and resilient in a changing world. As we've seen, the Ronin were more than mere outcasts. They were renegades who carved out their own destiny in a world that rejected them. Their legacy of honor, survival, and defiance offers timeless lessons about the true meaning of freedom and the power of individual resolve. If you found this deep dive into the world of Japan's masterless warriors as fascinating as we did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more historical deep dives, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of the Ronin story resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Japan's untold history. Until next time, remember, true honor is not bestowed by others. It's forged in the fire of your own trials.